Welcome back to mckilliplife. My name is Amber, and this is going to be day 7 of our moving vlog. This would be Tuesday after Monday, that when we got all of our things back from storage. My main focus was getting stuff out of the rental. We had got a lot of the major things out of there, but there was a lot of just little stuff that we live with on a day-to-day basis that needed to be taken. So it was kind of hard to film this day because I was just constantly moving. From the time I woke up in the morning until the time I went to bed, I was in constant motion. So West had to work that day, and so I simply had my little car, and I just kept unloading it up. So what I do have to show you is a little walk around of every carload that I took over that day, and it turned out to be a total of 4. And when it first started in the morning, I made a point of putting things away and not just creating more of a mess for me to deal with while I was here. And that time of putting things away turned out to be really convenient because at that point, people came to our door and knocked on it. And it ended up being the people to work on our tile and grout. And there was a couple gentlemen that came in, and there was some places that were just missing grout, like on the edges that just for some reason wasn't filled in. That once they put the baseboard down, it was really obvious it needed to be touched up. But the main issue throughout the house is we had little pinpoint holes. And I was told there was bubble in the grout that in the process of walking through it, the air had come to the surface and we got little holes. And so they literally went around my entire house on hands and knees and plugged all the little holes and dealt with issues. So that was nice. So as I was putting things away, I had them in the background doing that. And then shortly thereafter, the doorbell rang again. And the man was there to install my windowsill because for some reason, the windowsill got missed on the list of things they needed to install when they came to do the counters. So it was just this leftover thing hanging in the air of, oh, we need a windowsill eventually. So he came and he did that while I was unpacking that first load. So that first load, I spent more time here than I would typically, but everything got put away or at least put in a good place. And actually at the end, I was done with my stuff, but they were still working on the grout because I wanted some additional coverage on the thresholds of the doors. So I pulled out a rag and I started caring for some of our furniture. We have it's wood care, it's oil, but it's not oil. I don't know how to describe it. I can link it below if possible. I had come across this product through actually a cleaning channel on YouTube. They recommended it. So our credenza and our china cabinet were looking pretty dusty from being in storage for so long. And so I spent time polishing them up and cleaning them up. And with the china hutch, it's always fun. You clean up the wood and then you leave grease marks all over the glass and then you have to go back and clean the glass. But I spent the time to do that very thoroughly because that doesn't get done very often in my house. And so to have that fresh start feeling was really very nice. And I was able to find a couple things like the little felt bumpers they have on the wall, on the doors when you open and close them. A couple of them had come off just out of age. So I was able to add that to my to-do list of things to get from the store. So cleaned those. And then at that point, all the workers were gone. And it was a little bit odd leaving my house with all my major doors open because I was trying to let the thresholds dry. But all of them had locks on them. It was just odd. But I went back to the house and continued with loads of items. And that literally lasted all day. And as you can see in my little videos, the last load was in the evening. It was dark. And that actually included one truckload with West. I didn't record that, but there were some awkward items that we needed the truck bed to bring back. That was just easier to put in there than in my little car. So that was that day. It was very tiring, but I felt like we made some major steps towards coming home. And there was still some things in the rental, but the vast majority of the things were back at the house then. So that concludes day 7. I hope you enjoyed the little videos we put in there. Feel free to stick around to continue our adventure because this process is nowhere near done. The remodeling is coming to an end. It's nice to see workers coming every day, chipping away at the punch list. But like I said in the previous video, there is still a lot of work to be done to put this house back together. So join us for this adventure. Until next time, feel free to like and subscribe, and have a great day.